Hello and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Pisces for the month of January 2021. I hope everyone is doing well. As you know, this is a general reading. There will be some parts that do not resonate. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today, dear Pisces. In the past position, we've got the Five of Wands clarified by the Ten of Wands. In the obstacle position, we have the Page of Wands clarified by the Knight of Cups. In the present position, we have the Three of Swords clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. And in the future outcome position, we have the Four of Wands clarified by the Eight of Cups. So definitely the month of January is going to bring a kind of surge of power to you. It's also going to create a few problems, a few disappointments that you may not expect. But if we start from the beginning, in the past position, we have the Five of Wands, which is a card definitely of arguments. It's a card of conflict. We see all these different people kind of fighting. It's a card of standing your ground and sticking up for what you believe and not budging, a millimeter, just really fighting for that, for people to respect your boundaries and kind of really showing character. This is a card that brings out really strong personalities, people that have a vision, people that have goals and dreams, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. It's a card of clashing, of course. Perhaps it's a card of dealing with demands that you may have had in the past. But definitely it's a card that is kind of character building, which does have positive aspects to it. Now, it's clarified by the Ten of Wands, which is a card of having, a lot of burden on your shoulders, responsibilities, and this person is really trying to kind of carry this burden home, and he is almost home because we see the, house in this card that is on the horizon. But it is so heavy that he wants to sort of drop it right away. The combination here are, first of all, it's wands, and wands are represented by the fire element. And fire can be unpredictable. It is that sort of search for meaning, search for something that really means a lot to you, and kind of going in that direction, following your intuition and your instincts and your beliefs as well. Very powerful combination, suggesting that you do know what you want and you're not afraid to sort of go for it and take on more responsibility as well. Now, in the obstacle position, we do have the Page of Wands clarified by the Knight of Cups. The Page of Wands is obviously that responsibility that you wanted to kind of receive as a result of this Ten of Wands card. We do see that the wands are progressing to higher responsibility, which is of course why we have the Page of Wands. But the Page of Wands is in the obstacle position, suggesting that you may be your own biggest obstacle as a result of having limiting self-beliefs. Having, the pages are all about kind of adventures, right? And so, having that not being afraid to explore, relationships or new situations, new things in life. Having the page in the obstacle position suggests that you may be kind of struggling to see the big picture. You may be struggling to kind of believe in your own skills, believe in your own abilities, and not really seeing things through as well. That's a really powerful element of being successful, is to be able to see something through to the end. The Page of Wands could signify being a starter but not a finisher, and as a result, there's lack of progress, of course. Now, the Knight of Cups can mean a few different things. The Knight of Cups could actually also mean a rival, romantic rival that you may have. But the Knight of Cups is also about being overly emotional about something, not being able able to recognize different emotions and control them, and kind of put them in the right sort of frame, if you will. The Knight of Cups could represent your energy, someone else's energy around you that could be quite temperamental, quite demanding, if you will. But the Knight of Cups could also mean attachment and to something or to someone, and as a result, kind of, that can create suffering, because we know that attachment to outcome, attachment to people, attachment to different things, and not having that can create actual discomfort, if you will. So definitely kind of keep an eye out and be aware of any sort of unhealthy relationships or unhealthy kind of perspectives on something really important in your life. And the Knight of Cups could also represent not having, the relationship that means a lot to you not kind of going the right way that you would like it to go, struggling to sort of build the bond and reinforce the bond. It could be that there's a relationship that means a lot to you that's kind of, not on the rocks, but really is not going in the direction that you would like it to go. Now, in the present position, we do have the Three of Swords, which is, of course, is a card of betrayal and loss and grief and disappointment. Perhaps it's a little bit of separation from someone that means really a lot to you. Definitely make sure that you practice meditating throughout the month of January so that you at least neutralize your vibration and don't find yourself in the low vibration state. Make sure that you reach out for support and for help if you can. Sometimes simple advice can kind of help overcome the little bit of disappointment that the Three of Swords represents. The Nine of Pentacles is a really wonderful card. It's all about security. It's all about luxury, being self-confident and self-reliant and independent. The Nine of Pentacles is actually not a great card for romantic side of things, because we see only one person, of course, in this card. But it's really great for, the security aspect of things. However, paired with the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords being in the kind of major position, suggests to me that it is really important to watch your finances throughout the month of January. Make sure that you save a lot more than you spend. Make sure that you go ahead and put away money. Make sure that you kind of review and reevaluate purchases, and make sure that you think about, things in the future. So definitely watch the financial aspect of things and budgeting and things like that. Now, in the future outcome position, we do have the Four of Wands, which is a really wonderful card. It's a card of friends and family and celebration and achievement. Usually, like if you get like graduate from school, you get the Four of Wands because people get together and celebrate that. If there is like expansion of family, usually people get to get the Four of Wands to celebrate that. So it's a card of celebration and achievement, really wonderful. But yellow, I always love the cards with the yellow background, because it's all about warmth, it's all about celebration, accomplishment, and experiencing really wonderful emotions. But yellow is also about growth, and growth sometimes has those uncomfortable moments, if you will. Now, paired with the Eight of Cups is a card of departure. So definitely you're walking away, and it could be that you're walking away from somebody in your family, or as like someone on the friend side that you always kind of looked up to and really cared about a lot. But definitely there's a little bit of moving away emotionally from someone, because of course cups are emotions, and what are emotions? They're building blocks of connections. They help us build bonds and reinforce bonds. And the Eight of Cups is a card of disillusionment. After investing so much time in a relationship, there is kind of walking away. And there is a little bit of trouble that I do see for you, Pisces, in the month of January as far as a relationship goes, because we do have the Knight of Cups in the obstacle position. We also have the Eight of Cups in the future outcome position. So there is a little bit of a relationship that is in a bit of a trouble, if you will. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, although it's leaning that way. It could be like a friend, it could be like a work colleague that you really got to know and really kind of built an emotional bond that, if there is distance, would affect you, if you will. Now, the good thing is you do have things to celebrate in January. And, you do have people that care very much about you, who want you to succeed, who want to kind of celebrate your accomplishments and be happy for you. So that is really amazing. Let's see if we can clarify some of this with the three energy oracle cards that I pulled. And we have All Tied Up, we have the Thinking Man, and Magician in the Mirror. I love, love, love Magician in the Mirror because it's all about manifesting your reality. And of course, that very much relates to meditating, because when you meditate, you clear all that white noise, the unnecessary opinions, unnecessary comments, unnecessary kind of things in your life that no longer serve you. That it, the body and the mind sort of clears that away. And also it helps you manifest. I think we have a new moon coming up on the 12th, which would be a really wonderful time to manifest. And you could do little rituals to kind of, if it's abundance that you're trying to attract, you also remember that the abundance you're trying to manifest is also trying to manifest you. The love you're trying to manifest is also trying to manifest you. There are many different meditations that you can listen to, even on YouTube. There are different applications that you can use on your phone to help meditate, and some of them are truly amazing. And you will see, the more you meditate, the easier it becomes to manifest. I personally meditate quite frequently, and it, as I think I started meditating, a little while ago, and things just kind of become easier and easier because the clutter in your mind kind of gets cleared up. It really makes a huge difference. Now, All Tied Up is, of course, all about attachments and lack of motion or sense of personal freedom. This card shows a woman tied up with vines around her wrists, body, and arms. Receiving this card represents a situation in your life where things seem to be severely stuck. A major drama may be going on around you, stopping you from moving forward. Or it may be that some technicalities are blocking your way. Perhaps you're waiting for a contract to be signed or an agreement to be made. Whatever it is, the restrictions may be feeling quite oppressive at this time. The best affirmation for that is, I release stuck energy, old habits, and restrictions. My life is opening up. I'm free to choose my reality. And definitely the divine here is sending you the Thinking Man, who can be like a co-worker or a friend, but someone who is around you who could provide advice. On different aspects. It could, they could provide advice on like family matters, work matters, but definitely there's someone around you who's really, really has valuable knowledge, if you will. And of course, the Magician is all about manifesting different things that you need in your life. And sometimes it's as simple as having lack of obstacles to move forward, to have an easier time, to feel like you have a break, which is really nice. Let's see what answers from angels I pulled. And we also have Trust. There's something better in the near future. I love it. Trust that there's something better in the near future. The Three of Swords makes it hard. When you get that card, it makes it hard to trust other people, obviously because of betrayal and sometimes, like in a romantic sense, it doesn't have to be physical betrayal. It could be just an emotional betrayal, building an emotional connection with someone else could feel a bit of as a betrayal. But, the universe here reminds you that you want to trust. And again, meditating and manifesting and focusing on your inner voice helps you develop trust, as you can kind of differentiate different situations. And sometimes, we say hurt people, right? Sometimes people who no one is really perfect. There are old patterns that sometimes get repeated from the past. And it's really kind of important to have that wisdom in order to be able to see through the hurt, which can be quite difficult, but trust is really important. To have faith that the universe knows and is getting ready to provide the best outcome, to a relationship or to a situation that there could be. Trust is definitely a very important aspect of life, so it's really important to practice that. And definitely, it looks like things are going to be picking up for you in the month of February, March, April, and May. So definitely you want to make sure that you kind of take walks in nature, feel really connected to all things around you so that you're ready for a slightly faster pace of life, if you will. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting, and I will see you next time.